Hello, and welcome to the Boondoggle podcast, episode number 7, where we waste our time and yours. My name is Michelle. I am the person that you are looking at with the yellow background.
I'm Lindsay, and I am the one with the blue background.
I'm Rebecca, and I'm the one with the purple background.
I'm Kelsey, and my background is green.
Yeah.
This episode is kind of really special because we are all in the same room.
Crazy!
Oh.
She just hit her.
I really knocked her out into yours. That was intense. Okay. This is what happens when we're together.
Violence.
Another special thing about this podcast is that we're able to make an announcement, and that announcement is...
I'm getting married.
She's also pregnant.
She's also pregnant.
And
She's
I'm gonna
also
be an
pregnant.
aunt.
She doesn't know who the father is.
And she has an evil twin sister.
Oh my god. And her toe hurts. She stubbed it.
She's the next Virgin Mary. So...
That aside, there's something else that happened. It's actually not quite as cool, but...
This is actually a serious topic. And so we are now affiliated and are members of a little thing called Visnomatic.
It's a network, not a community.
Yeah.
They got mad when I said community.
It's not a community, technically.
It's a group of people.
If it was a community,
That's
people
not a
would be
community.
happy.
People would be happy.
People would be happy and give each other picnic baskets.
Not get
with
fired all the
pies in
time.
them.
Wait, you guys didn't get the picnic basket?
No.
Oh, what? You're the only one
damn
here
it.
that's loved.
I got a picnic basket. Okay,
All
so
I got was a card saying you're fired.
some of you may already know who Visnomatic are. They are a network on YouTube comprised of a bunch of creative people brought together to do creative things together, like Let's Plays and podcasts, and basically just entertain people. It is daily content. There's a video every single day, and you should really check them out because
It's cool.
they are super fantastically cool and funny. And I mean, we're a part of them now, so you definitely should check them out.
I think they're pretty alright.
Who doesn't
They're
love
okay.
Who doesn't love daily content from such lovable folk?
I don't.
Oh, Lindsay, you're pregnant.
Her hormones are out of whack.
So yeah.
I don't know.
Where's this going? We don't know.
And
She's pregnant, I'm saying that. I'm not just saying it.
You're so smart.
so go check out Visnomatic. We will have a link for you. And to kind of go into, last week we talked about Little Witch Academia, which was kind of starting out anime thing, and they're doing a Kickstarter actually to start up, I guess, doing an actual series.
Yeah.
Well, they're doing like basically short OVAs, but they're classifying them as episodes.
Yeah.
So they said like it's gonna be the same length as the first one. So it's
Actually, they're hoping to make it longer.
Yeah, it's like
with
15 minutes
the
longer.
Kickstarter money.
Which they've surpassed their goal already,
They've surpassed
but
their
they're
goal
still
already.
going.
Yeah, they've like doubled it.
It is still a thing.
Yes. So you can donate to that if you want to. You obviously don't have to. They've already surpassed it, but if they surpass it by more, that's even better.
Yeah, because that means they can do more and more stuff with it than what they could do just at the
Which
regular
also
amount.
means like, also with like getting physical copies and all that.
Yeah, if you donate a certain amount, you can get a physical copy of the episode when it comes out, and other stuff depending on like signed copies, posters, and DVDs and stuff.
I actually didn't even know. I thought it was just like you donate, because I didn't know how it worked. I didn't look at it that much.
They were actually they said they were really surprised because when they put it up on YouTube so that they could get feedback and stuff on people watching it, and they were really surprised by how much English comments they got. And they saw a lot of people saying stuff about, oh, they should do a Kickstarter and blah, so they looked it up. And they're like, oh, this is a really cool service, so they're doing a Kickstarter.
They can probably thank Tumblr for all of the, like, English commenters and stuff. because that might have been where they came from.
It's kind of like with free.
Tumblr's
How
like a
it-
virus.
Yeah.
From a 15
Yeah.
second thing, or
Like a
30
commercial.
second, yeah, the length
To
of
an anime
Yeah.
because people like naked
Swimming.
guys.
No,
Swimming. Sorry,
Swimming.
I meant
What's
swimming.
wrong with you?
People like plot
Yeah.
with abs.
Gotta love that plot with abs.
Speaking of, like, anime, last week's episode, we told you to leave comments saying what your kind of favorite animes were, and a lovely person named Ice Melter,
What up?
I was worried I would say that wrong. Ice Melter. Ice Melter, what is it? 00?
0?
Ice Melter 00?
You know who you are.
You know who you are. Left us a comment saying that their favorite animes are Trigun and Samurai Champloo, and 2 people here have seen Trigun and Samurai Champloo.
Well, one of us has seen Trigun, and one of us has seen Samurai Champloo. Not 2 of us have seen both.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
To clarify.
And then the rest of us have not.
They're
Yeah.
in the dark.
Not really
I've
dark.
seen Trigun twice.
I've seen Samurai Champloo like 1.5 times.
Times?
Because a long time ago, it used to be on TV, Trigun, and so I was like, oh, I really like this show, and I went through watching it from beginning to end, and I really liked it, though the ending was kind of, it ended a bit weird in the last episode. Apparently the manga's different.
Of course, the manga is different.
Yeah, my brother has
It's always different.
my brother has the manga, and I have to read it. But yeah, and then I watched it again on Netflix because it's on Netflix and you can do that. And me and my brother watched it all over again because I don't think he had never seen it on TV, just me. So we watched it together, and it was great. It was great fun.
I think that Samurai Champloo was on TV as well. It was on, like, there was a channel that had
MTV
a lot of, like,
Razor or something
yeah,
like that.
Razor.
Something weird.
But I'm not sure if it was, like, if it was subtitled or if it was, like, a raw.
That's the thing. When I had watched one episode of Samurai Champloo on TV, when it first, it was like earlier in the day, it came out as raw, so there was no subtitles and it was all Japanese. And then later in the day, I went through and watched it all because I was like, whatever, I'll leave it on that and I'll do stuff. And then I went and looked at it again. I was like, oh, maybe it's a different episode. It was the same episode, but it was either that it was English or that it had English subtitles.
It was English
I was like,
subtitles.
What just happened? Did they put the raw out? And it was just kind of weird because it was, English television.
It's kind of like what
And
people do nowadays.
I've
with,
never
like,
seen that happen before.
It's like what people do nowadays with ongoing animes. They'll watch the raw first and then wait for the sub to come out. That's basically what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Because people are like, oh my god, even though I don't understand, I want to see what happens, even though it won't make any sense because I don't understand.
It was still weird though because it was in the same day.
Yeah.
So I don't know why that. Whatever.
Well, I don't. You guys
You've
guys
seen it.
did that, but I watched it all on YouTube. And I'm still confused. Like, is it Samurai Champloo or Champloo? Because I've heard it said both ways.
I think
I
it's
have
an
no
either
idea.
or.
And, like, in the show, it would be like, Samurai Champloo. And I'd be like,
Well, I mean,
okay.
Champloo sounds better.
It sounds like shampoo.
So,
Yeah, it does.
But,
Samurai shampoo.
yeah. Buddy.
Oh god, you hit me in the face with your hair.
I'm sorry, that's because you hit
These
me.
are the dangers
Oh, yeah.
of sitting together in the same room.
You're also still
It's
really,
really-
warm.
It's
Stop
really
touching
warm
me.
in here. It's not my fault. Anyway.
You retain heat.
Anyway, Samurai Champloo is really good, and I have to say that I like the characters and the music. The music's really good.
Yeah.
Because it's like
I saw the-
samurais mixed with like hip hop,
Yeah.
and it's really good. And I just it's good.
I
Yeah.
saw the theme, the opening for it. I was like, I really like this.
Yeah.
I need to watch it because that's on Netflix too.
I usually skip over intros or like themes because I just want to get to the show, but I never skipped that one because I loved it.
There was another show that I never skipped, but I don't know. I'm
Cruella?
not sure if we're what.
Majai Madoka Magica.
That is.
Wow.
We actually, when I was watching it with you, we skipped through.
Yeah.
But
But
no,
that's because we watched it all in a day.
yeah, we were watching it all in a day, so
It was a good theme though.
yeah.
Attack on Titan. Can't skip that opening.
Or Ouran. That's a good one.
Kiss, kiss,
Fall
fall
in
in
love.
love. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Hey, copyright.
No, we're singing it. It's
And-
fine.
We flail around a lot and we're like hitting each other.
We're all sitting on like one couch.
And it's really warm. We turned off the air conditioner.
Or you
We're
lovely
dying
folk to
for
hear us
you.
better.
Yes.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna have like a heat stroke thanks to you guys.
But yeah, the one show, the one anime that I like never skipped the opening for was Deadman Wonderland.
I like
Because
that one.
I really loved the opening.
It's good. It's all like hardcore.
Yeah.
Parkour.
Parkour.
That's what I thought you said first. I was like,
Parkour.
That's on my to-watch list.
Parkour.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah, parkour is on my to-watch list.
Deadman
Yeah.
Wonderland.
Yeah.
One day I'll get around to watching those what are they called? Parkour videos.
Parkour.
Parkour.
Pourquoi? Why?
What videos? Pourquoi videos?
Why videos?
Why?
Why? Why do people parkour? Pourquoi?
I thought you were gonna
Parkour.
ask why do people park, and I'm like,
Why do people park?
I don't know.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
talk about our favorite animes because we didn't last week. We didn't really.
Yeah.
We skipped out on a lot of animes last week.
So
Yeah,
this
it's
is
like,
Anime
hey,
Talk Part 2.
We're gonna talk about free, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
That
that's
was pretty much
that's
what.
last
Yeah.
week. So we won't talk about free this week because
Though that is one of our favorites so far.
Yeah.
Especially Lindsay.
Yeah.
She likes that plot.
All that plot.
but in all truth, it does have a good plot so far, and you should watch it. And
Yeah.
that's all I'm gonna say about it. And moving on.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, so
So
favorite animes. Do you want
are
to?
we going down the row?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
we
do
can go
it.
down the row.
Starting with
So-
Rebecca. Reboo.
I'm gonna go through like ones that I have owned. One of my first ones.
Yeah,
that I
because you
still...
can see them right over there.
Yeah, I can look at them physically. So that's what I'm gonna do is look at them.
Right to the right.
Yeah.
Everything
all the-
Rebecca has in the shelf to the right.
Anyway. One of the first ones I ever watched and I still really like, even though like the second one I like more, is Fullmetal Alchemist.
Yes.
Yeah. I went and watched Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood when it came out, which I like way more. There's more characters, the plot's better. I just like it more.
Isn't it
The
because
plot makes
it
sense more.
Yeah.
doesn't it follow the
But
manga more?
Yeah, it's the first one. It was
it was like
it was the
rough.
anime. No, the anime released at the same time that the manga was being done, so part of it follows the manga,
and then afterwards.
and then at certain parts it does not, and then it like completely doesn't anymore because they were
Yeah.
like, well, we can't go back to what we were doing. So,
Mhm.
but anyway, I suggest if you want to watch both, watch Fullmetal Alchemist before watching Brotherhood, because you will not really want to go. I'm not sure. Maybe you will want to go through.
it'd be
Fullmetal
harder.
Alchemist. It'll be harder because
It depends on your patience and
Plus,
Yeah.
I feel like you get more of attachment to one of the characters in Fullmetal Alchemist than in Brotherhood because he's in it more, and that's Hughes.
oh
Hughes is in Fullmetal Alchemist much longer than he is in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Well, he could
That's
be.
not a spoiler.
That's not a spoiler.
I thought. Oh yeah, true.
You don't know. No, they don't know what happens to him. He could go
Yeah.
off to.
I've
some-
never seen it, and I don't know what's
Yeah, she
happening.
doesn't know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Anyway.
The only thing that I know about FMA is this, oh snap, snap, spark, spark, it's time to light up the digga dark.
Yeah, that's thanks to the Brotherhood, the FMA Brotherhood 4-panel comic theater that they have in like
Yeah.
the last disc in the thing. They have bloopers and they have the 4-panel comics, so they have like the voice actors screwing up or making funny stuff in the bloopers, and then the other one is just them having, 4 panels of a comic and having voiceovers for it that are funny. And
Would you like to hear a quick story that relates to that?
Okay.
One time, I don't know where we were going, but my brother and I had to go somewhere. And we went into the elevator, and I think there was one person, and I started mouthing the, oh, snap, snap, spark, spark, and he looked over at me, and he started laughing, and he couldn't contain his laughter, and there was another person in the elevator, and they didn't know that I had mouthed the words to that. So he just
So they're
started
just
laughing
at
the
the other person in the elevator.
So wait, did that person probably knew of that thing, maybe?
No, I
And they
didn't
were
say
laughing?
anything out loud. I was mouthing it to my brother because I had just been singing it before we left to go into the elevator.
Why were they?
So he was looking at me and he started laughing, and then the person in the elevator was just like, why is that guy laughing?
What a weirdo.
Oh.
Anyway, the other anime that I like is one Trigun, because I just said it. Moribito was one that I don't think a lot of people know. Do you know it?
No, actually, I just...
She just had a shocked face, so I thought she knew it, even though I had just mentioned it a little while
sorry,
ago.
you keep
Just
talking.
keep
I'll do
talking.
a
Anyway,
thing.
it's there's awesome lance lady in feudal kind of Japan or something, and I can't really explain it because it's been a while since I've watched it, but I bought it a few years back, and I don't know, I just really liked it. I don't think it's for everybody though. I also bought Baccano, which is one of my favorite animes ever now. And yeah, it's one of Kelsey's favorite now because we both
They
watched
just
it together.
high-fived.
We
Yeah.
high-fived.
We
That's
watched
what that
it
sound
together.
was.
Yeah.
We watched it together in a day, just like Madoka Magica, which is also another my favorites. And it's confusing at first because there's lots and lots of characters,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going from different points in the story. But it's amazing because it once you go through it, you're slowly connecting, oh well, this happened at this point in time and this happened at this point in time, and it starts to make sense and you understand everything.
So good. And
All the
characters.
pieces connect.
Yeah.
And the ending is still
Seriously, every character is great.
every character.
Everyone.
And what else is there? Nabari no O is a ninja show without much ninja fighting.
It's pretty
so
much
that's pretty
modern
cool.
kind of day ninja-ing.
It's kind of why I like it though.
Ninja-ing.
I don't know how to explain it.
Cause when I first I was reading it first and I was like, oh, this is kind of like Naruto, only not. And it's way better than Naruto.
Yeah.
Because Naruto is solely focusing on oh, look at this fighting and blah.
We gotta fight Sasuke!
Nabari is a lot about character development and solely focuses on character development and story. What else?
You probably have the
Dead-
most out of all of us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
you
lot
didn't
of the
know.
shows I'm saying also are
Apply
Kelsey's
to
show.
me. Yeah.
So Deadman Wonderland, Kelsey had watched it first, I believe.
Yeah.
And then because
I
you
started
posted
reblogging
something
things about it,
and
then
I was
you
like,
saw
oh,
it.
what's that? And then I went and it was like, oh, that sounds interesting. And I watched the first episode and I couldn't stop watching it. And I had homework, which was bad because it was a lot of homework. But yeah, it's Deadman Wonderland's also a good show. It ends kind of poorly because the anime ends before the manga ends, which is bad.
Yeah,
usually.
because it's 10 or 12
And
episodes.
it doesn't create an ending that, finalizes the anime. It just kind of leaves it.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I think there's just one more that I have. Yes, Cromartie High is one of the funniest shows, and it's been so long since I've watched it.
Is that the one that? Is that the one with the
He ate my
pencil?
pencil.
my pencil.
Oh my god.
So what is it? This guy goes to
Delinquent.
delinquent school, and he's like, oh my god, what am I doing here? What do? I did this one really not so bad thing, but it was one of the worst things to everybody else there.
Yeah, they're all like, whoa,
you're such a badass. They're like, how did you even? And everybody in it's we talked about it before.
Yeah.
We were saying there was an episode where they're all humming and trying to figure
yeah.
out a
That's
song.
the tune, yeah.
Yeah, I forget when we talked about that, but yeah. At the first episode, it's all the delinquents are doing like really weird stuff, and they're like apparently delinquent-y. I don't know.
Did you have a nickname in your old school?
Yeah, they're like, if you had a nickname in your old school, that's how we know you're badass. And he was like, well, no, I didn't have a nickname. They're like, whatever, I had a nickname. And then he tells them what he did, and I forget what he did.
There were like the main character.
Yeah.
Should we say it? Spoiler.
Spoiler.
Okay. But I'm pretty sure there was dominoes set up, and he knocked them over before
Oh
they
yeah,
were
it was
supposed to
like
be knocked over.
it was a massive domino like world record, and he was helping with it, and he knocked one of the dominoes over. So that's how he got sent to the delinquent school, and everybody heard about that. Like he went and told them after saying like, I don't have a nickname, because he didn't do anything other than that, so he didn't get a nickname. But they were like, oh, I knocked over the dominoes. And they're like, oh my god!
You are so cool!
And he's like, yes, I'm in. But yeah, they're like breaking pencils and eating pencils on him before they find out how much of a quote badass unquote he is.
It's overall a good time.
Yeah, it's
It's
a
a comedy thing.
it's a spoofy kind of anime.
Yeah, spoof.
Yeah.
That our friend like randomly linked us to, and we're
Yeah.
like, wow, this is awesome.
He links us to really weird things.
He
Yeah.
sent us another thing. I think it was a movie though, and it was along the same lines as Cromartie, but it was called Ultimate Teacher.
I think
Yeah.
I remember that.
We watched the beginning of it, you and me.
Yeah, we
Kelsey.
did.
I don't think I watched it. I must have been like, I know what you send. I'm not gonna watch
It was like another delinquent school type thing, but there was this girl, and then there was this random guy, and then there was this
And
dude on a camel in front of a convenience store.
Oh wait, I won't say it, because if you guys go see it, then whatever.
It's
But-
it's really awkward, but funny.
Yeah.
Do you know what it's called? Did you already
Ultimate
say it?
Teacher. It's
Yeah,
called
okay.
Ultimate Teacher.
Okay, so now
Was-
Michelle.
was-
Michelle. It's Michelle's turn.
Michelle's turn.
Okay, well, you already said FMA. That's
Yeah.
one of my favorites. Madoka was already said. Okay, so I'm gonna go 3. No, are these my 3? Oh, okay, well, first, I'll say that Ghost Hunt is one of my favorites, and I don't even know how to explain how amazing it is, and some people won't find it amazing, and that makes me sad, because, okay, it's basically about a girl ends up joining in with, kind of accidentally joining in with a paranormal investigations group, and they investigate ghost stuff, and some of it's kind of scary. Depends on what you consider scary.
Everything.
Like, Lindsay found it scary.
One episode I
one
really got
Yeah,
scared
we
at.
mentioned it last time because of the one.
The Bloodstained Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like the second last episode, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost it
And I would
there.
agree that one's the
It's
scariest.
It's
I
pretty
saw
creepy.
I
First
saw
time
what was
around, it's really scary. Second time around, it's not as scary, and it's a lot better when you have people with you.
when I was
Yeah.
watching it, they had seen it before me because they all like
Watched
watched
it separately,
separately, but near the same time. And so I finally got to go watch it with them, and we got to that episode, and I basically like guessed what was happening, and then like the thing that I guessed ended up happening, and I was like, how did I know this? But so I was like kind of focusing on like, I think this is happening, so I didn't get scared as much, but it was still really scary, especially at like one part.
Yeah, if you watch it
You
alone,
know what part.
if you watch it alone in the dark, it can be a scary show. Like the second episode, I watched it alone in the wow.
In the dark.
I watched it alone in the dark, and it's one with a doll in it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
so the dolls kind of creep me out, so
Yeah.
it was really scary for me.
I
didn't
wanna-
like that anime either.
I want to take some note to say that anime does not have an opening or ending that will like pump you up like other
No.
anime. It's a very like kind of
Somber.
chill,
It's very somber.
eerie.
Yeah.
And don't let the main character throw you off at the beginning, because I found her super freaking annoying.
Yeah.
But I still really like that anime.
We
I
have
don't know
have
why.
one favorite character.
Yeah, there's one favorite character. He's a priest, and he's cool.
My
Yeah.
favorite character was a monk.
Yes. High five to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lindsay and
One
I
half
agree.
is the monk
What up?
fan club, and the other half is the priest fan club.
Okay, so that's enough about Ghost Hunt.
Yeah.
Second favorite anime, which is okay. All of my favorite animes are animes that
Are
I
creepy?
find awesome, but other people
lot of
probably
people
won't find
don't.
awesome.
Do you remember? I had watched Peach Girl, and I was like, Michelle, I don't know if you like this or not, but you should watch it. And then you did, and you were like, I really like Kyrie, and I was like, me too.
So, Peach Girl is another of my favorite animes.
Kelsey is also psychic and knew what Michelle was gonna say. They
Yeah.
have a psychic connection.
It has nothing to do with another laptop with stuff written on it.
No.
Shh, what are you talking about?
It's basically about a love triangle.
Did you not mention Peach Girl before?
No, I
I got ahead of myself. Ahead of yourself. I got ahead of ourselves.
Anyway,
It's
Sorry.
about a love triangle, and that sounds stupid. Okay,
It's
no.
like a love
it's
triangle with like an
it's like
extra
a
added
love-
line.
Also,
quadruple?
another thing, just to
It's a
like
love
whack me in the
square.
face, the like art style is really stupid.
yeah.
Can we watch that?
I brought it with me.
Let's watch it. It's dumb, but I love
Remember
it.
the last time we watched
We're like, oh my god, when does it end?
Yeah, shh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
The main character. Okay, I'm gonna list bad things about it, but it's so good. You have. The main character is freaking annoying, and nobody like communicates properly. And there's this girl who is out to get the main character Momo. She has a friend who's like out to get her, and like makes her life really difficult by like setting things up between these guys and stuff. And there's like blackmail and stuff. And it's just watch it.
We're watching it, and we're getting really mad at everybody, but
Watch
we're
it for
loving it at the same
Kyrie.
time.
Watch it for Kyrie.
Yeah. The one character named Kyrie is like the main reason why we kept going.
That's why I stuck through it. And
If
also
Kyrie
'cause-
wasn't there, we probably would have stopped like a couple episodes in.
And then there's Toe Jam. Toe Jam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a character called
His name's
Toji.
Toji, yeah. But we
But
call him Toe
him
Jam.
Toe Jam, and you should call him Toe Jam too. So
I think it's because we misheard something. We were like,
Like,
did
wait,
you say
Toe
Toe
yeah, somebody must have said Toji or something. We were like Toe Jam.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, what we were saying about it being really long to get through. It's only a 20-something 25 episode series, but
It's
when
really slow paced.
we went and watched it all, and the
In
beginning
one sitting.
yeah, the beginning
In one
episodes weren't that long. They felt like, regular episodes. But then as you got further
It just
and
dragged
further
on.
into the
It's
anime,
like the last 5 episodes just drag on.
it's
Yeah.
like the episodes are half an hour, obviously, but it felt like it kept getting extended each time we got further in. So, like, we got to, like, the 21st episode or something,
We were like,
and
oh,
one
4
episode-
more left.
one episode felt like an hour.
Yeah.
And we
we're
were
like,
getting really
no,
tired.
No
Yeah.
way.
We were like, wait, didn't this one end? Don't we only have 1 left? Why do we have 3 left?
Yeah, it
going
was
on?
kind of crazy.
But no, it's good though.
Yeah,
watch
just-
it.
Just don't watch it all at one time.
No.
Pace yourself.
And
Watch it
don't
in 2 days.
Don't be deterred by just the one episode. Try to watch a couple of episodes.
Yeah.
It's one of those shows where, like, obviously I watched it for Kyrie, and also because it's one of those shows where you want to see what happened. It's like a soap opera.
And
It
don't
is.
turn it away
Freaking-
just because of the crappy art style.
Yeah, you'll see the art style, and you'll be like, what the crap is this that was just recommended to me? It's-
We're sorry.
you get used to the art style, and then you go watch another anime, and you go back, and you're like, what the crap is this again?
Yeah.
We do that constantly here.
But yeah, I'm just gonna briefly say that the author of this, she also has a manga called Papillon, and it kind of follows the kind of same suit where there's like a girl trying to mess up stuff, and it's good too.
You sent it to me.
Yeah.
I'm starting to read it, and then I lost the link because my computer crashed.
It stopped
Oh.
being updated a while ago.
Did it?
I think so.
I
Or
thought-
it hasn't been updated in a long time.
Oh, maybe it's over.
Or maybe it has been and I just haven't checked in a few months.
How do you
Or a
maybe.
year. Or a year and a half.
But okay, so those are like my top 2. My top 3 animes. School Rumble is super. Kelsey really likes it too.
I really like it too.
It's so good.
Kelsey let me borrow it from her.
Because
she
I
owns
have
the series.
all of it.
I started getting a bit upset near the end
Mm-hmm.
because the last few episodes, I think they knew that it was going to end soon, and they
Yeah.
wanted it to end with a certain episode,
Uh-huh.
but they had all these episodes to fill, so they just had like these filler episodes that weren't like, we're going to the beach to do this, or we're going to the movies, or whatever. It was like, I turned into a magical girl, and
Yeah.
and I'm now a person with, like, they went into like
I'm now a
cliche.
person.
Sorry, I was gonna finish that sentence. They went into like these cliche like anime.
That's kind of the
Stories.
show, though. It kind of has
Yeah.
that kind of humor.
There are
But
a lot of
th-
fillers.
she was like,
but
the one
they're good.
episode, it was like, I got amnesia, but apparently I pilot this mech now, and it was like really fun. But I was like, there were so many of them at one time near the end that I was like, come on, go back to the story. And then
Yeah.
like the last episode or two were like super dramatic, and I wanted to
Yeah.
know more, but there were the last two episodes, and
It's
it
like,
stopped.
that show knows that it's making fun of like the
Yeah.
genre, but at the same time it follows the genre. But it's really good.
Yeah, and there's an episode in it that reminds me of an episode of Community.
We should also explain what it is, what it's
Yeah.
about. School Rumble, I'm not even sure how to describe what it's about. It's
There's-
about kids
it's
in the high
random.
school.
Yeah, there's a girl who's the main character, and her name is Tenma, and then she has a younger sister that looks older than her, and then there's this
And
dude
acts
named
older.
Harima, and he's kind of awesome and really dumb.
Harima's my favorite.
It focuses
and
on
then
the-
there's Kurasuma, who is like this kid that really loves curry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And she asks him one time, she was like, do you love me more than curry? And he was like, no. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, I meant to say, do you love me more than, like, this kind of curry? And he was like,
Like,
no.
Cheap, store-bought,
But
have
it
to
was
make
like-
it yourself curry? No.
And then he, like, said something even worse, and then and then he still said no, like, he's still saying, like, I still love curry more than you. And she started crying, and it was hilarious. But she wants to be with him so bad, and it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because he just loves curry too much.
The episode... maybe I shouldn't.
No,
No,
don't
yeah,
talk.
don't talk about
Yeah,
it.
you don't want to spoil it
It's
too
it's
much.
another one of those spoof kind of animes.
But it's good.
But it's more. There's more.
There's
a plot
there's also
than, like,
some plot than
Cromartie High.
Cromartie
There is
High.
plot.
Cromartie High doesn't really have a plot. It's just like
Cromartie is all over the place.
we're going to set it in this like scene, and then we're going to play around that scene, and
Mhm.
that's basically like we're gonna play around a delinquent school and have really funny scenarios with that, with like robot people and a guy named Freddy, and
Yeah, I guess the overall plot of School Rumble is the main character like liking this one guy, and that's kind of like the
and then this
overall
one guy
plot.
liking her,
Yeah.
but her not realizing.
lots of love triangle kind of things, which is going back to like Peach Girl, but
That's
this
what
is
anime
this is-
is, though.
It
this is-
sounds dull, but it's not.
yeah, it's a very funny.
There's even a love triangle in Ghost Hunt. Is this a recurring theme with like me?
Maybe.
Do you like Twilight?
I've never even like seen it really,
No.
so not even.
Let's not go
no.
there.
So another one
Taboo.
we said. We already said Madoka. Did we say Madoka?
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
I said.
Madoka is super freaking amazing,
I love
and it kind of takes a turn, and it's
I want to say also about Madoka, they're making the series into 3 movies, and the first 2 movies are going to be the series all together, and then the third movie is going to be where it left off, sort of thing, like in
For
this.
real?
Yeah,
I
because
didn't know
you know
that.
what happens
I
at
know
the.
what
I don't
happened.
want to spoil it because it's kind of a big ending. But it
Pissed
goes
me
off
off.
of that, and like they're like, oh, this is happening, and I don't know why it's happening, and in this like. Yeah, I can't explain it because that would involve ruining the ending, and I can't do that, so.
yeah. I watched that anime, and it has like, it starts off really well. I guess not entirely like happy, but it's kind of like it starts off with a really high uptone thing, and then it kind of goes down into a darker place. And I like stuff like that.
I want to point out something that was weird in the opening. In the opening, when she's on her bed and she's rolling around, in like the first like little section of that little part, there's like a window and there's like this red liquid rolling down the window.
What the heck?
And I had just noticed that like a little while ago, and I was like, when was that there? Was that always there? And it was like freaking me out. I was like, how did that get there? Is that like on her window? I don't know what's happening, and I don't know what it is, and it was kind of really weird.
So I'm writing a note to watch
The opening?
the opening, because I didn't even see that.
Yeah, no, you don't notice it right away, and I'm not sure if anybody really notices it too much.
No,
What is annoying is the lack of Madoka openings on YouTube, because I go there and I'm like, hey, I want to listen to the opening song, and it's not there.
Oh, well, that's YouTube.
I really
Yeah.
like the ending song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the music in it is done terrifically, and I forget who it is that does the music, but she does a lot of good music.
Sayaka Miki.
No.
Jokes.
Yeah, you could pretty much watch it for the music in it. It's
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
It's a really awesome anime.
Anyway.
Next I have Ouran High School Host Club, which is pretty.
What's with all
I
live
so stupid.
Honestly, they're good.
Isn't it? Stop whispering.
Yeah, man.
Sorry. This is another love triangle kind of anime, and well, it's not really focused
like
on the love
I
triangle.
guess it's like a harem anime kind of.
Yeah, it is.
Ouran?
Ouran.
Because of the. It's her and then a group of boys going after her,
Yeah.
but one more intently than the rest.
Yes.
Obviously.
Ouran is so hard to explain
To people.
is.
to people
Yeah.
It
while
looks-
trying to make them
from-
want to watch it.
From the outside, it looks like, a dopey love triangle story. But it has a lot of comedy in it,
The characters
and there is a plot.
are
Like,
just it's good.
it's another one of those. It does have like really really funny moments in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Like I remember,
and
back in
I
high
wasn't
school,
expecting it to be like that at
No.
all when I first heard about it, and then when I watched it, I was like, this is one of the best things I've ever seen.
back in high school, we'd like quote it all the time.
Yeah, we didn't just quote that. We quoted the live action version that
Yeah.
was made in Japan.
It's
Well,
good
didn't
too.
you watch that before you watched
Yeah,
the
I
anime?
watched the live action one before I watched the anime.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I watched it with you, Kelsey,
that's true. Yeah,
and it was really funny.
we'd like go back to my house after school and watch
The live action one was like really dramatic. When Haruhi, which is the main character, would say like something really rude to the Tamaki,
lead
which
male?
is the lead male, who's intently after her, as I was saying.
Mhm.
Like in the live action one, the words would like become like giant
and they'd like
and
smack
physical
into a
and like
wall.
smack him in the wall, and it was so freaking
Or like
funny.
his
and-
heart would start beating out of his chest, and then it'd get like shot by arrow.
Yeah, it was really great.
Yeah.
I think I remember watching that with you guys and being
They
like, what
they
the
made
fuck?
they made something live action like very cartoony, and I really liked
They made
that.
a movie too.
Yeah,
Or
I
live
haven't
action
seen
movie.
it.
I haven't watched it yet either.
We were
but-
planning to, and it didn't happen. So
Side note: the website that I used to watch that stuff on closed down
crud.
like a week ago.
Crud.
So we'll have to find it somewhere else.
And okay, the last three, because we're going really slow through
Yeah.
these.
Yeah. Sorry.
So you guys are like talking intently about like each episode.
We're just
of
really,
every-
really into it.
So Soul Eater I really like, because I just do. I like the art style and everything in it.
I really like it too.
Yeah. And it's kind of darker, I guess.
Yeah, it has
You can
its
go into
moments.
that.
Me and my brother, we found like an AMV, and it had like This Is Halloween going to it, and
Yeah.
it basically showcased all the really creepy parts in Soul Eater, and we watched it and we're like, wow, you never really would have realized how
No.
creepy this show is until you put all that together and watch this video, and it was kind of weird.
And another one is No.6, with number 6. That was kind of an anime. I don't remember it all too much, but I remember really liking it when I watched it. The ending, I don't remember liking as much,
No, me neither.
but it felt weird watching it, which I don't know.
Yeah, I
that
know.
makes me like anime.
I liked the concept of it, and the story for it was going one direction, and then it kind of flew off the handle near the end and went off into a totally different direction and added in stuff that wasn't even like hinted at before, and it was just kind of weird. And there was like characters just like snapped out of like how they were acting. They went like out of character, some of them, and it was very odd to watch.
Something must have happened with that. Like they must have deviated from the manga or something at some point.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Or the manga deviated from itself.
I don't know.
Last one for me is Durarara. I don't know how many raw.
I think it's Durarara.
Durarara. I haven't finished watching it. I only recently started watching it, and it seems like really good so far. It's like it looks at different characters. There is one main character, but it goes to different characters separately, and as episodes go on, you kind of find that they're really intertwined with each other in like even in their pasts and everything. And it's how do I explain what okay, this kid moves to Tokyo to go to high school and to be with his friend, and in the town they kind of talk about how like there's people you don't want to mess with, there's gangs, and there's also, like, this kind of folktale-y type thing called the Black Rider, I think. Mm-hmm. And it touches on, like, all those characters and stuff.
The way you're saying it kind of reminds me of how maybe Baccano works in the same kind of fashion, but not quite. Where there's these different stories, and they're all, like, intertwined somehow. Or all the characters are kind of intertwined somehow.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's kind of what it reminded me of. So, Kelsey's turn.
Oh, yeah. Well, first off, I'll just list the ones that have already been talked about. So, School Rumble, Baccano, Samurai Champloo, Nabari no O, Deadman Wonderland, and Ouran High School Host Club. I love all of those. And then also Eden of the East. It has a very impactful opening. There's like a girl standing at the gates to the White House, and then there's this naked guy that shows up, and yeah, that's not.
I've never seen it. I can't even add to that.
No, it's very at the very beginning, so we can't even really call that as a spoiler. Because
it's the very beginning.
First thing. It's even in the description on Netflix.
It is.
So, but it's very odd at the beginning when you're like, oh dear. Yeah. And the way it censors it is kind of funny. Because you would think it would just be like, oh, we're just not going to show that part.
No,
it's
but
like,
there's a little blur.
There's like a blur, and I was like, well, that's different. But I've gotten a few episodes into it, and I really like it too.
Yeah.
So far, and it's something that I've been meaning to watch for a while.
I quite like it, and it's really short. And it follows a specific plot line. So it's not like, School Rumble type ordeal. Where it's like all over the place.
It's a show.
Yeah, so East of Eden is good.
Eden of the East.
East of Eden. Eden of the East. I mix that up all the time. My bad. I'm gonna mention Ghost Stories. It's not by any means one of my favorites. I just wanted to mention it because the dubbing is purposely done really terribly, and it's just funny.
And very, very badly.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But
if you want to laugh at something,
that's something to watch.
Look up clips for the funniest parts of the dubbing.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of you, or some of you, have already seen it.
Probably.
But my first time I saw it was just a little while ago, so
yeah.
I saw it come up on you like reblogged it, and I was like, what's all that? What is it? I thought it was fake subtitle things that they put on the GIFs. It was not.
It was real.
It was very bad.
And then Nichijou.
Is it
Nichijou?
I think it's Nichijou.
It's Nichijou.
Which is also
is Nichijou.
It's kind of closer to School Rumble, or it's more like Chromati High, but not as delinquent-y.
Yeah, it's I don't know if you'd describe it as being slapstick.
Yeah, I guess.
Probably.
Yes,
But
it's
yeah,
slapstick.
it goes around like
It's like very oddball kind of humor.
Yeah, it revolves around the lives of like there are these 3 girls in high school, and then there's another girl who's actually a robot,
Yeah,
and then there's a little professor who's like I don't know, like 8,
and a talking cat.
a talking cat, Sakamoto, and then there's this dude with a goat, and it's just
like it's centered around a lot of people in the high school.
Yeah.
But the main ones are the 3 girls and the robot girl and her little professor with the cat.
Yeah.
Those are the 2. And
it
the one
alternates
part
between them.
The one part I really love in that show is when the guy with like the mohawk comes in the school.
Oh my god!
And the really shy teacher that doesn't like the really quiet teacher comes up to him and she's like, "Oh, I don't think that hairdo is very suitable for school." And then he starts like crying and yelling. He's like, "It doesn't grow from the sides." And she's like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry. You can keep going."
Yeah, and then within the show there are like little side clips that like stories that are made like about the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's pretty funny. And along the same lines is Daily Lives of High School Boys, which is like Danshi Kokosei no Nichijo or something like that. And it's basically the same thing but with guys
that are in high school.
And it's kind of hilarious, and I just go and I watch clips of it
all
the time.
I think I remember one scene from it. I'm not sure if this is the show or not, but there was like the one guy's like with a girlfriend around his arm or whatever, and his friends are like, "You have a girlfriend?
Oh my god!
You have a girlfriend?" And then like they're like, "Oh my god!" And they're like yelling, and then the guy with the girlfriend starts screaming too, and they're like, "Why are you yelling?"
That show is great. And then there's this one part where they all get their they have a bag stuck in a tree, and they're like, "I guess we have no choice but to throw our bags at the bag to get them out of the tree," and then all of their bags end up in the tree.
You know what I just realized? That show is basically a summary of your brother.
Your brother should watch that because your brother really liked it.
He'd probably relate a lot to it.
Yeah.
He'd probably be like, "I feel this."
Yeah, I made him watch a few clips. He found it pretty great.
Okay.
And lastly, Cowboy Bebop. It's pretty cool. It's about bounty hunters.
I think you all know.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone knows about Cowboy Bebop.
It's pretty popular anime.
Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop.
And now Lindsay.
Yeah.
This is really sad because I don't really watch much anime anymore.
It's why we left you for last.
Yeah, it also is how the couch is currently arranged.
Yeah.
But like I have like obviously Attack on Titan and then like Free. And then Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail is like I haven't caught up with it. It's because it's like in the 200 chapters and I'm like that's way too much to catch up on.
Yeah, I started watching that too, and
it's good watching it, but
I think I stopped watching because I didn't feel like there was a certain point to which it was dubbed, which was like 10 episodes.
Yes.
And then I didn't feel like
reading the subtitles.
I
did the exact same thing.
What?
I watched up to the where it ended up with the dubs, and then I didn't watch any of the sub bits because I didn't feel like reading it.
Yeah, if you've started like watching something dubbed, it's harder to go back, like go over to
subs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like it's still a good anime because
but
it has.
By now, I could watch it because there would be a bunch of.
I'm pretty sure they're like just behind the like subbed versions. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure because it's been like a good year or two. But like Fairy Tail is actually really good once you get into it, except for whenever like one part happens and you're just it's really far down the line and you're just like done. That's basically where I ended. And then like also I have like it's called Oban Star Racer and I'm pretty sure it's like a French anime. It's really weird because it's like it's really really old. It's really really short and the plot is really dumb because they have to race in order to become like the ruler of a planet.
Yeah.
It was really dumb, but I really liked it, and the ending made me so pissed off because I was like, I was not expecting this. Fuck you.
Speaking of French anime,
Ladybug.
Ladybug was a French anime.
Marvelous Ladybug.
Yeah, Marvelous Ladybug was like a French anime of like a girl who turns into like
a crime-fighting
superhero, and then there's this guy who has
a
like
cat.
who's
powers.
the girl's the Ladybug superhero, and the guy's like a black cat superhero, and I think he works with his thing is like bad luck, and her thing is like good luck because ladybugs are good luck in France. And
there's also a pigeon
they're
guy.
working. The French team is working with like I don't remember what Toei.
I don't know.
I don't know. A Japanese animation company, and they're working together, and they're supposed to be out this year, and I don't know if it is. So if anybody knows,
like another anime I could really talk about. Like I'm currently rewatching it because I literally don't know what the fuck is going on. Like I cannot remember what happened in it, and it's called Star Driver. It's really weird.
What's you in stars?
I don't know.
Even like
It's a
fairy tale makes me think of stars.
There's a friggin' girl in that. Her name's Lucy, and her like magic
works
ability
with
is like
stars.
constellations and shit. But no, like Star Driver is actually really good because it has to deal with mechs and like this island and these girls that cannot leave the islands because they're like shrine maidens, and it's like really dumb, but it's really hilarious because at certain points, like, the girl will be, like, fantasizing about, like, the one main guy and the other main guy, like, having, like, these really intimate moments, and everyone's like, we can see what you're thinking. So they, like, kind of break the fourth wall by saying that they can see it, and they tell her to stop. But it's, like, actually very humorous, and actually, like, it gets my feels a bit, because you get kind of attached to, like, the girls that, like, are the shrine maidens. You're like, especially the one, I think you started watching it, maybe?
I don't know.
Do you remember the girl that would talk about, like, the mermaid and, like, the sailor? It wasn't a sailor, but it was, like, this guy who went to fight something. It was apparently, like, a folklore story in the anime.
I might have seen it. I'm not.
Because I remember
entirely
telling you to
certain.
watch it because it was good.
I'm, like, having flashbacks to, like, a shrine maiden, but I don't even know if that's it.
No. I could also say .hack sign, but like
that's not one of your favorites.
I still liked it though.
You liked it back then, but I'm not sure if you would still like it now.
I like the art style.
The art style was fun. The opening was fun.
Mm-hmm.
The anime itself makes no sense.
No. Yeah, I'm
At
pretty
all.
sure. Like if I played the games, it would make more sense. But no.
Okay, but we need to move on.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so
You guys took way too long.
Steam sales are on right now, so if you've been asleep, you should go look at Steam sales because they're on right now.
It ends the 22nd for the summer
July
sale.
22nd is when it ends.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
What games did you guys buy?
I bought. What did I buy? I bought To the Moon, which it's an indie game that I had been wanting to play for like a really long time.
I looked at that and I was like, I don't know if I want this.
It's plot driven. There's not a lot you don't do. It's more like you play a story sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I had been really wanting because the concept was cool and I heard the story was really good. I got Borderlands 2. I
got Left 4 Dead.
I got
1
Left 4
and
Dead
2.
1 and 2 because it was in a bundle and it was cheap. And I got Bastion. That was the other one.
I never got that one. I should have gotten it.
And I think that was basically it that I got, and all it was like $25 for like a bunch of games.
I got Dragon Age, and I was really happy because it was like $11 for like the Ultimate Edition. So that's like all the DLC and all that shit.
I had like a deep regret because I didn't buy the Sonic franchise when it was $15 because it must have been a typo.
Yeah.
That they meant to put the franchise like the games individually on for 50% off, and they put the franchise
accidentally put the entire package.
Yeah. So we thought it was a thing that wasn't a typo, and we should have just gotten it because But I had just bought all those games, and that's when I noticed. So it's like, oh man, well I don't want to get it right away because I want to wait for if I have other games. But mistake, but I might get it later. So.
It was legitimately the entire like Sonic franchise, like basically all the games together, and you could have gotten them for $15. Like some of the games individually are over that, and now it's like $30, I think, because it's back
which is still
to
cheap.
normal.
And if you don't have like any of the Sega or the Sonic games, then you should probably.
Yeah, I still have a lot of the Sonic games, but I still want to get it because it has some of the ones that I don't have.
What did you get, Michelle?
I got what?
You got Borderlands.
No,
I didn't get
Borderlands.
Borderlands.
You did?
I decided against it because I didn't know if I would like it or not.
Oh.
But I was going to get the bundle of Left 4 Dead, but I was like, I probably won't play like the first one if I have the second one. So I got not Borderlands. Left 4 Dead 2. I have a list somewhere. What did I get? Okay, I got Left 4 Dead 2. I got the Walking Dead game. I just bought Portal and Portal 2.
Co-op.
And I bought Batman Arkham City Game of the Year edition so far.
If Arkham Asylum comes on sale at some point,
It was on sale. It's like $5, but
you should probably get that because
I need to see what else I want to buy first.
Okay, well, you should probably get Arkham Asylum because the plot does carry over, and you might be really confused. Because it's DC, not Marvel, so you'll be like, who and what?
And Kelsey bought nothing because she doesn't have Steam.
Yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
I might get it, like, tomorrow. Who knows?
And Lindsay has only bought 2 games, which was Left 4 Dead, and, well, Left 4 Dead 2, technically, and, Dragon Age. And at some point, when all you guys, well, namely you, Kelsey,
Me what?
get your Steam, and I'll buy us all, Dungeon Defenders.
Yeah, I just have to make a deal with my brother so that he can buy me games. Because I don't feel like going for a Steam card, and I don't have a credit card, so...
We don't even have Steam cards here.
I know, my brother said that he's seen them.
Where the fuck has he seen them?
I don't know. Or
In
he said
his mind.
that they might exist. So
They
They
might
do
exist.
exist in the States!
he said that they might exist in Canada.
Okay.
So I was going to see if they existed in Canada. I've never seen them.
Guys,
It doesn't really matter.
Guys.
shut up.
We're moving on.
She's giving me a hard time for no reason.
Stop it.
Move on. What did we watch last night? We watched 2 movies last night.
Clue.
Yes.
We watched Clue.
And Murder
which
by
was
Death.
Clue is the one that we planned on watching.
Yeah.
And Clue is basically, it's one of my favorite movies, probably.
Yeah, ever.
It's really funny and great. And
It has Tim Curry in it. It has
Yeah.
the,
It has Christopher Lloyd.
It has Christopher Lloyd as Professor Plum.
Tim
It
Curry.
has... I just said Tim Curry.
Did you?
Yes.
It was the first thing I said. It has
completely
it has the
blocked that
principal
out.
from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, which I don't remember his
Really?
name. He's the Colonel Mustard.
Oh my
Really?
god, I didn't even know
Oh,
that.
I knew that like the first time we watched it together. Anyway, there was other people, but I can't remember. I remember somebody told me that when it came out, Clue, when it came out on VHS, it has 3 different endings.
Yeah.
Which is the fun of Clue, right? You don't know what the ending's gonna be. You don't know who did it. But for the VHSs, instead of just one VHS having all 3 endings at the end like you can have on Netflix, which, by the way, you can watch it on Netflix, so go watch it on Netflix, because it's awesome.
Is it on American Netflix?
It should be.
It should be.
Okay.
Because we have
It's
something
American.
on Canadian. Obviously, it's
But-
on American.
On the VHSs, somebody told me that it came with 3 VHSs, and you didn't know what ending was on each VHS, but it was numbered like 1, 2, 3. And so you would stick a VHS of Clue in, and then the ending would be different depending on which VHS you had. So you would get a random ending for whenever you played it. So you could be like, oh, I'm going to put 3 in, and you'd get the 3rd ending. And well, I'm going to put 1 in and get the 1st ending.
Yeah.
So it'd be pretty cool.
And suggested video after that was...
Yeah, Netflix suggested a
Murder
movie
by-
called Murder by Death. And we looked at the title, and we're like, that title makes no sense. We had never seen the movie Murder by Death.
And there was a little image of it, and I was like, okay, this looks like a Clue sort of movie.
Murder mystery.
Because all you saw was them sitting at a table.
Yeah. And it turns out it was
a spoof.
It was a spoof film for sure, because they obviously had friggin' guy playing an Asian, though he was not Asian.
He was white.
He was
then
white.
He had an adopted son who was Asian. And I just...
Yeah.
And then they kept being like, Chinese, no, Japanese. And
They were like, oh,
They said multiple.
Japanese son. And then he was like, I'm Chinese. And they were like, no, you're white. It was so weird.
Gargoyle fell in Chinese footprints.
Yeah, that sounds really bad, but in the movie,
That's literally it.
I'm going to point out that this is also a 1970s movie.
1976, I think.
Something like that.
6 or 5.
So there's some kind of baddish stuff
Yeah.
there. But anyway, the Asian guys showed up first, one being Asian, one being not Asian.
We were so confused because, mind you, we had no idea it was a spoof.
Yeah, we didn't know, but they were like saying really funny things. Anyway, they got to the door and they were waiting for like to go in, and the guy's dad which was an inspector. Everybody who came, there was 5 people who were inspectors, and each one had like somebody with them as their like sidekick or whatever, and the guy had the Chinese or whatever guy had his son,
Mr.
and they're at
Wang.
they're Mr. Wang, and they're at the door, and the inspector dad was like, when I say jump.
You
when
go
I
to
count
the
to
side.
3, you jump to the side, and he counts to 3, and they both jump to the side, and the guy pushes the gargoyle off the top and like lands on where they were standing. And he was like, wow, Dad, how did you know?
No, it was wow, Pop.
Yeah, wow, Pops, how did you know? Because the actual Asian guy was talking like, wow, Pops, and then the not Asian guy who's pretending to be Asian was talking like with an accent.
Stereotypical
Chalk line footprints.
Anyway, he was like, how did you know, Pops? He was like, footprints on the... He was like pointing out that there was chalk footprints
right where they were
standing. And he was like, he clocked right shoe size. And we're like, what? And that's about the point where we realized it was a spoof.
Yeah.
And that's why the title made no sense, because it was a spoof.
Yeah.
It's a very, if you like to quote things, watch it, because we've been quoting it like all day.
It's a very bad movie, and we know it's a bad movie.
Also,
but
just,
it's funny bad.
Also, just to say, the Asian guy, his last name was Wang, and his
son was William.
Yeah, no, it's Willy Wang.
Yeah, they were like William Wang, and then they shortened it to Willy Wang.
Yeah.
The best joke in it is that the guy they're going to see, his last name is Twain, and his address
I'm not sure about the best joke.
Is 22 Twain.
And then we were making jokes like, he's a pretty crazy Twain.
Yeah.
Didn't your brother make that joke?
And then there was there were like 2 people that came in
it
that
was,
were like
Mike.
French. And the driver was like, I can feel it in my buns. And he was like, you have buns and you did not tell me?
Because the guy was really hungry.
How can you withstand food from me? And he was like, I mean the buns attached to my body.
He was like, the buns in my body. And we're like, oh my god, this movie is horrible. But yeah, and there's
No, we don't need to. But so those movies, if you like,
if you like one a good movie and a bad movie.
Clue is a good movie.
Hey, I liked Murder by Death, okay?
Good,
but that
but
was a bad spoofy movie. Like it was
Clue
good
was a
in the
legit
sense that it
movie.
was so bad that it was funny, sort of thing. The ending made no sense because it's a spoof movie about, you know, inspectors and like mystery novel characters and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was funny.
So at least watch Clue.
Yeah.
You can watch Murder by Death.
If you really want to, you can watch Murder by Death, but it's not entirely a suggestion. It's
I
just
suggest
mentioned.
it.
Lindsay suggested it.
It's good if you just want something mindless to watch. That
Very
you don't
mindless.
have to think too hard about.
I also want to point out that the we were like trying to figure out what the year of it was because we saw
The girl
Professor
who plays
McGonagall from Harry Potter.
And then also the
in
girl
it,
who
right?
plays
That's who it was,
Miss
right?
Peacock
in Clue.
Yeah, Miss
Yeah.
Peacock and
in
Clue.
Clue in
In Clue?
Clue was in Murder by Death.
Yeah.
But
And we're
she
like,
must have been
hey.
younger.
No,
Yeah, just a little
Just-
bit.
Yeah.
It was still like younger in the Murder by Death one
It
compared
was
to
made
Clue.
like 9 years before.
I didn't know when Clue was made.
It
Okay.
must have been younger. Sorry.
I'll just go back to surfing Tumblr then.
So we're actually kind of ending soon.
Yeah.
It's like 500 billion fucking degrees and I'm dying here.
Yeah, it's really hot, and we gotta turn on the AC again because
That
it's so
chocolate's
hot.
probably melted.
Okay, we went to a wedding. Does anybody have anything they want to say about the wedding that we went
It was good.
It was good. It was a wedding. It was a wedding.
The
between-
DJ only smiled when requests were made, and at first we thought he only smiled when he couldn't do a request. Like, we went up, I went up and asked for Shaboom by the Crew Cuts, which incidentally is on Clue. And he was like, haha, I'll see what I can do. And then he never
didn't
played
play
it.
He
And
could've
I was
just
like,
said, "I
if you
have
don't
it."
have it, and if you're not gonna, but he smiled at me, and it was like, okay, and I was like, he's probably not gonna play it, and he didn't. And somebody I knew went up to him and asked for, I think it was All Star, you know, like the song from Shrek, like,
Yeah.
that one. He didn't have it, which was kind of weird, but he had like other songs. That,
Yeah, he had really
Country?
kind of, but songs that like aren't that I wouldn't think would be that popular, but
No.
like he didn't have some that were.
There was a lot of
pretty
Bon
popular.
Jovi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she wanted Bon Jovi to be playing.
But the funny thing
she likes
was,
Bon Jovi.
I'm
During-
just saying, there was a lot of it.
during one song, we were singing really loudly to the chorus, and he was purposely turning down the vocal part on it.
Yeah.
And then you could just hear us screaming.
And we were like, first I was thinking like, wait, are my ears going out every time we yell? And I was really confused.
Goodbye, ears.
Like I think I was looking at you, Kelsey, and I was like, what the hell's going
Yeah,
on?
like, what's happening?
It was really confusing. I was tired too. I was like, I can't deal with this anymore.
It was a fun night, though.
It was. Except for the part whenever they played like songs from Grease and it was like a remix and mashup of all of the songs together and they were like cut up.
Just wanted a full Grease song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
I
asked
didn't even
for
notice.
one Grease song, which was the ending song, and they played like the whole mashup or whatever.
Yeah.
And
And
I'm
we
like,
were really confused
but-
on the dance floor. We were like, what?
But like I think that came with. That's just like a common
Oh, really? I didn't know
mashup
that.
from the movie. Yeah. Because I think I had it on because when we had the VHS, there was like a cassette or CD with it,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the song on it.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I believe that's it.
Yep.
And
We could turn the AC back on.
Not continuously die from this heat.
Continuously die.
Continuously.
I'm just gonna die. Like, my stomach hurts so much from this heat.
And so, like always, you can send us messages on Tumblr and Twitter and YouTube, and look forward to seeing us do stuff with Visnomatic, because that will be a thing that will
And
happen
go
in
check
the future.
out their videos.
Yes.
Especially Moonbase Alpha.
Oh my god. If you're gonna
That's
go,
like
if you're gonna go into anything,
top
just go with Moonbase Alpha.
That's one of my favorites.
Yes.
So far. Like, it's so great. It's hard not to do really funny stuff though on Moonbase Alpha.
Basically.
But yeah, that's it, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
signing off.
Goodbye, friends. I am gone.
We will talk at you all next time, next week, and see you all later. I'm Michelle, signing off.
I'm Lindsay. Gonna go die in the heat.
I'm Rebecca. Gonna do the same.
I'm Kelsey, and I plan on surviving for a long time.
Positive.
Bye.